Jesus, lads, the old refereeing situation is a bit kind of crazy, getting a bit crazy in the WNBA, isn't it? Like, the old refereeing situation is getting really freaking crazy. Did you guys not see? Have you guys not seen the Sabrina Ionescu, like, just completely losing it? Completely losing it at a referee. And again, it's one of those things where I'm like, you know what? Fair play. Fair play. Normally, I always say it. Normally, I'm always on the side of, look, there's no point when it comes to referees. There's nothing to be gained by, like, losing it at refs. Refs are human. Refs do their own. Refs that kind of need to do their job. However, like, a lot of the stuff when it comes to referees in the WNBA is literally it is a league-wide issue, and it's a league-wide issue because the referees want to ref a game a certain way, and that certain way ruins the damn game. Like, the referees, and I'm not talking about the referees as an individual. I'm not talking about any one individual person. I'm talking about the refereeing as a whole. Has absolutely ruined. Has absolutely ruined what is the WNBA's product. So I don't mind players losing it at refs, even in this scenario when you can probably argue the refs make a right call, because I don't like these calls in the WNBA. So this is it. This is a 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 4-point game. Really important. And by the way, the Liberty were, as you can see, 14-3 run. So the Liberty were down 12 points with 8 minutes to go in the quarter. Like, it was so not 12 points, they were down 15 points, and they were on a big run. They're on a big run, and this is what halted the run. In a game they lost in the end. Sabrina Ionescu, John Quill gets called for moving screen. And by the way, this is a moving screen. This is the right call. But I do think it is a fact where if you guys watch the WNBA, every single screen that connects is a moving screen. I'm not joking. Like, at least when I'm being conservative, when I say 90% of screens, 90%, and that is a conservative estimate, saying 90% of screens that connect are moving screens. The referees just assume that if a screen connects, it's a moving screen. This one, in fact, was a moving screen, but you can see every time it's a moving screen, players lose it. Players go nuts every time there's a moving screen because, let's be honest, it's a moving screen. Like, that's 50-50. And by the way, I don't mind if the refs allow these type of screens because she's gone under the screen anyway. It's a deep three. Boom, that's 3 free points. And Sabrina Ionescu, during this, screaming teamy at the referees. Demanding to be teed by the refs. Like, I don't hate this, by the way. I don't mind players out there getting texts. I don't. I legitimately don't hate when players are getting tees. As long the referees, by the way, the referee should have called this a tee. This was 100% deserving tee. I don't mind as long as the referees, players should be allowed to lose to the refs as long as the refs tee them up and keep it under control. That's why I don't mind technical fouls. I don't care if Angel Reese picks up an 8 technical foul because she's getting into it with other teams. There's tactical techs. You take your 1 suspension a year. Like, Taurasi's had multiple suspensions. Like, I don't think anyone can really complain too much about players being teed up. It's just, this is a weird one where it's like Caitlin Clark, a referee says something to Caitlin loses it, and all of a sudden Caitlin Clark, there's think piece about how Caitlin Clark is like is a white teenage boy and acts like a white teenage boy and stuff. And it's like, first of all, this is sports. I think what people don't realize is that there's going to be emotions that are high. And I think when it comes to the refereeing, it is very, very clear. I think it is very, very clear when it comes to these calls in general, that like that is so, like, the fact is that this is probably on screen, but it's so soft. In the middle of a game, I'm like, I get it if that was to win a game and someone committed a foul, but I'm like, the WNBA, I'm not joking when I say this, they call 4 to 5 moving screens a game. Like 4 to 5 moving screens a game get called. And I'm like, what is to be gained by that? What is to be gained? And I'm absolutely okay with players absolutely losing it at referees. I'm okay with that. Because something needs to be done, and the referees need to be pulled aside and are like, look, stop calling moving screens every single possession. And the media and the fans need to be pulled aside and say, especially when it comes to what you call it, especially when it comes to Caitlin Clark. If you want to say negative things about Caitlin Clark, that's fine, but you better not be a hypocrite. You better not be a complete hypocrite about it, because if you are a complete hypocrite about this, then if you're gonna absolutely be a complete hypocrite, then you're just a hypocrite. But at the end of the day, let's be real. Let's be real. We live in a world where most people are hypocrites. And to be fair, if you're gonna be honest, if we're gonna be completely honest, there's definitely stuff that I've done and said in videos that you can call me out for being a hypocrite too. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree with this? And I just think the standard refereeing is... I think the referees deserve... I think it'll take... And I don't mean this on an individual basis. I think the league needs to be called out for the refereeing problem. And unfortunately, if to do that, it ends up having to be... Like, stuff ends up having to be taken out on the individual referees who are doing not what they're supposed to do, but are doing what they're being told to do by the league. Then if that's what's needed to be done for the league to do something about it, then so be it. So be it. So yeah, it's another day, another player losing their mind at a referee, another player not named Caitlin Clark losing their mind at referee. And it's a funny thing, just like Taurasi, but when Caitlin Clark does it, she's a devil and a bad influence and a bad role model, and everybody should get rid of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark needs to be sent to Alcatraz, and she shouldn't be around humans, and not like the old Alcatraz, but the current Alcatraz, the alligators. And that's the only acceptable way. And you know what? Send her entire family there as well. And you know what? Send Sophie Cunningham there with Caitlin Clark as well. And that's probably the way these guys are going to be talking about. But anyway, I'll see you guys.